disguises, don't they?
By Thursday, chainsaws and cranes became welcome noises in nearly every Mid-South neighborhood.
When it hit, it sounded like a bomb went off, and this thing came through here, and then the ceiling and everything hit the floor. It was a puff of smoke that shot through the kitchen. It was unbelievable. That's a big damn limb.
But as the cleanup picked up, things began to heat up at MLG&W. Some of the more than 200,000 customers without power began to question why MLG&W was not using more outside help.
We're only going to take people that are well-trained, experienced line crews, but we do have to spend a little time just getting them acclimated to our system.
MLG&W officials tried to soothe tensions, saying 100,000 people had their power back, and the number of workers in the field had doubled. Police also saw an increase in crime. The number of burglaries jumped from the usual 5 to 10 a day to 101 in just 2 days.
More people at home, of course, you know, watching their property and everything and attending to their problems without the electricity.
With no power, homes and businesses became hard to protect. But officials promised help. The total estimated cost of the storm rose to almost $40 million. The staggering figure got the attention of Tennessee Governor Phil Bredesen, who toured the storm-damaged areas Thursday, promising to rush a letter requesting federal assistance straight to the president's desk.
There's a big round tree in my closet.
It's terrible. I've never seen anything like it.
This is truly a state of emergency.
On July 22, 2003, a storm rolled through the Mid-South. It happens all the time. But this storm would change the landscape and touch everyone in its path. Good evening, I'm Joe Birch.
And I'm Donna Davis. And tonight, Action News 5 will take a look back at the destruction at dawn, the storm, the struggle, and the strength left in the wake of it all.
A lot of lightning associated with this.
Tuesday morning, powerful straight-line winds hit the Mid-South, with speeds reaching around 100 miles an hour.
There's a shot from our high-five camera in Midtown. You can see the very heavy, and that looked like a transformer exploding just a moment ago.
The storm hit Midtown with a fury as wind and rain blasted homes in the Cooper Young neighborhood. A viewer shot this video of the storm in Lakeland. Look at the wind, the massive lightning, and watch the rain hit the house across the street, shooting into the air after slamming onto the roof. And more fierce wind, unstoppable wind. When it was over, no one could imagine the impact. Brick buildings torn apart.
Well, I mean, the whole top floor is just gone.
Yeah, it's laying in the street over there.
Trees and houses.
It's in my closet. There's a big round tree in my closet.
Cars smashed like toys.
We were just sitting at the light, and the whole tree just fell on the car while we were sitting there at the light.
And power poles down for miles like dominoes, crippling the Mid-South, leaving more than 300,000 customers without power.
By Tuesday afternoon, people here realized this was no ordinary storm.
And I couldn't believe what was happening. It was just cracking and popping from everywhere, you know.
We heard loud noises. We looked outside, of course, saw trees being blown to one side or the other, and it happened probably in about 5 minutes. And we came out to assess, and we came out here, and of course, there's a big hole inside of our house.
Not in Memphis. Not in Memphis. It's like a hurricane.
The widespread damage forced city and county leaders across the Mid-South to declare a state of emergency in Tunica County, DeSoto County, Fayette County, Shelby County, and Memphis.
This is one of the worst storms that I've seen since I've been in Memphis.
And evacuate parts of historic Beale Street.
Our show has been canceled tonight due to the weather.
As a crane at the FedEx Forum construction site, bent by the storm's fury, threatened to collapse. It was a day marked, too, by tragedy. In the storm's path, 2 people, unsuspecting and unprepared. The massive winds knocked a tree onto a home, killing an elderly man. And a 2-month-old baby died in an apartment fire, a fire investigators blamed on an unattended candle. The sense of loss could be felt everywhere Tuesday, and as an eerie darkness fell across the Mid-South, it became clear. The summer storm touched us all.
At dawn Wednesday, more than 265,000 homes were still without power, and the community felt as tattered as the flag atop the Clark Tower. Down, but not out.
We don't want to set any false expectations that we're going to get the power turned on in the next 2 or 3 days.
These are all the trees down and the damage in the block roads in unincorporated Shelby County.
Tree-blocked roads made it tough going for city and county fire departments, responding to hundreds of calls, many fires caused by candles.
I seen a blaze of fire when I woke up.
A brother and sister on Netherwood became the third and fourth victims of the storm. Candles weren't the only danger. Gas-powered generators were in short supply, and those who had them used them, sometimes with deadly consequences.
Just laying there, you could tell they were barely breathing.
10 people were found unconscious inside this home on McElroy, and one, a toddler, didn't survive. Power crews also took to the streets Wednesday as leaders urged calm.
In fact, it's larger than the one we had in '94. It took us a while, but we eventually got everything back in order. Then we'll do that again.
The conditions are tough. The conditions over in Iraq are tough for the soldiers. They're bearing it. I think we can bear 4 or 5 days of misery.
Some of the misery centered on the search for open gas stations and ice. And as the day drew to a close, one Memphis celebrity who stood in line summed it up nicely.
Blessings come in many disguises, don't they?